Islam as an idea went unchallenged. And then slowly towards the end of 20th century, people were exposed to it. And then, as you said, a lot of the Westerners are like, yeah, that's weird, but okay, fair enough, you do you. And I think people who are a little bit pessimistic right now because they see all this dark stuff from extremism, terrorism to in the UK, we have grooming gangs, massive problem. While people get pessimistic, can we have some sort of positive message? Because I think this is just the beginning of the fight back, because Islam is finally being challenged after centuries and centuries of going unchallenged. Just like what you said about Iran, is there any hope going forward?
Absolutely. That's why we do this. If there was no hope, we would have just given up a long time ago and let them do whatever they want. Look at the No Hijab Day campaign. Go on any one of these people. Go on Yasmin Mohammed's page on Instagram, on Twitter. Look at the campaign that we had and all the pictures and the videos and everybody. Look at free from hijab hashtag free from hijab. Just type it up. All these pictures that come up, women are speaking, and it's not just ex-Muslim women or even Muslim women. It's women in the West who are now understanding and learning. And the more we speak, the more they listen to us. The problem is if we give up, if we have that despair and we say, oh, whatever, it's not going to help. Nobody's going to listen to us. They don't have anybody to listen to. That's the problem. We have to speak up. We have to raise our voices. No Hijab Day is a very important campaign for us because it counters the narrative that's been pushed for more than 10 years now. It's going everywhere. So we create that No Hijab Day. We ask people to post their pictures. We collect all these pictures and collect them into a video. And people can watch it and they can feel that pushback. They can see the solidarity. They can see that we will not be silenced. I will not be silenced. What are they going to do to me? They're going to kill me. They killed Salwan Mamika. See how many more Qurans have been burned through the past week? Do you think they kill me and women are going to be silenced afterwards? It's going to get worse for them. So pushing back, of course they would, but there is absolutely a lot of hope for us because I can see the change. I can see the solidarity. I can see people. Yasmin Mohammed was the only person talking about this 8 years
Yeah.
ago, 9 years ago. Look at the avalanche of voices that are coming up. Look at all the people who are actually listening to us. So yes, there is hope. There needs to be hope. Otherwise, we can't do anything about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Finally, for a lot of people who, again, despite the fact that now we have access to information, people are becoming familiar with what's going on in Iran and elsewhere, I think there's still a lot of people who don't actually understand the level of chaos. If you could give some examples of like the most ridiculous examples of the Islamic Republic, because for example, I remember the first 10 years, 10, 15 years, they kind of had to like relax some of it. Women were not actually allowed. It was completely illegal to even have chewing gum in public or smoke in public. Some of it, at some
Ice
point,
cream.
men, yeah, ice cream. Yeah, I don't know why. At some point, men couldn't have. I thought they brought it back last summer. Men couldn't have short sleeves, even men. As
Yes.
a reminder, because even my memory is gone, what are the most ridiculous things, like in terms of laws, in terms of morality laws that we have in Iran?
I remember we were not allowed to wear boots as women. We were not allowed to wear boots and jeans, or we could not put our jeans inside. Like we could not zip our boots over our jeans. It was a sign of indecency again. We could not have highlights in our hair. Uh, young girls who are not married, were not allowed to remove the hair on their face or pluck their eyebrows, for example. We were not allowed to show even the front of like, or have a clip in the back. Like everything had to be covered completely, and we were supposed to be very, very decent and modest and no attention at all. Specific colors were not allowed. Like green was not allowed for a long time because of the green movement. White dresses were not allowed because they were see-through, and you had to just button up everything. You couldn't leave the front of your dress open. Tight jeans, anything basically that would create this image of a woman as something to be desired, something beautiful, something that has autonomy and agency over herself. Anything that would create this sense of you're an individual, you have
Yeah.
choice and you have control. All of that was forbidden. Like every
Yeah.
single thing that you see in pictures right now, you see women, girls walking outside without their scarves and head coverings. It's been fight after fight after fight. It's been 45 years of women fighting for this.
Yeah.
And
it's
we've given blood.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I remember a couple of other weird ones was women couldn't just book a hotel room if they go like a even domestic travel or holiday.
Yes.
They can't go to a different town and book a hotel room on their own. They had to have a man with them, basically a husband or brother. And but then the hypocrisy of this is that then the Islamic men, the preachers, the imams, then they could do what we call a temporary marriage. What is it called exactly? That the temporary marriage that they do, so they could basically have sex with you, then they will just divorce you or get annulment. There's a
In
word for it.
Persian, sire, and in English we call it muta.
Yes, that's the
Yeah.
one. Yeah, and so they can do that. They can do what they
They can
want.
absolutely do that, but they still have the guardianship laws, the male guardianship laws that women, for example, if I go back to Iran and my husband doesn't want me to leave Iran, he can keep me in Iran forever. It's his right. He can rescind my passport and my right. If like that's the stupidity of it all. If I want to have an Iranian passport, I should have my husband's permission added to it, to all the forms that they give us, that so he would allow me to travel, my right to work, my right to studies, my right to travel. I cannot divorce my husband in Iran. These are stupid laws that still exist. It doesn't matter if he beats me black and blue. Honor killings are still a problem. Mona Haydari was murdered, beheaded by her husband 2 years ago tomorrow. Her husband comes out of prison next year, probably. She was 17 years old. And he beheaded her because she dishonored him. But these laws still exist. This is very barbaric, and it's still 7th century.
Yeah.
And there's no point in talking about respecting this. If this is the culture the West wants to respect, sorry, not working for me. I'm very disrespectful then.
Absolutely. No, and it's fascinating how, if you talk about this in the West, with the Islamic side, the Shia side would say, no, the extreme side is from the Sunni side. Then the Sunni side would say, no, the crazy side is from the Shia side. You're all doing it, just slightly differently. It doesn't make a difference. Finally, to finish this, what is your main message to those who believe in the World Hijab Day?
Oh my God, please wake up. Please listen to us. Please look at all these names. Marzieh Ebrahimi had an acid attack not more than a decade ago because of hijab, because she was not wearing proper hijab. Gina Mahsa Amini was murdered for improper hijab. Armita Garavand was murdered for improper hijab. Arezou Badri is still in a hospital bed, unable to walk for improper hijab. Arezou Khavari murdered herself. She committed suicide. She was 17 years old because she was harassed for hijab. Sepideh Rashno is going to prison for improper hijab. I can name names forever. There's a long list of women who are getting murdered, imprisoned, lashed, harassed, attacked, assaulted, raped, all of these things because of hijab. Don't tell us it's culture. It's not culture. And if it is culture, I want to change that culture. Not all cultures should be respected. Not all cultures are equal. Wake up. Let us breathe. Let us be human. I deserve better. I did not run away from gender apartheid to come here to be silenced and told that, no, your experiences are not valid. I deserve to have my humanity and my dignity and my autonomy recognized. So if you actually believe in World Hijab Day, listen. You might wake up. You might learn something. It's now a choice.
Yes, thank you very much on that note. Thank you, Sara Ghorbani, for coming, and thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. I'm Maya Tusi, and we are the media.